This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
A Pennsylvania college football freshman at 58 years old. Welcome back to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm Mark Webster, and this week's guest is Tom Cillo, who made news around the nation and beyond during his recently completed freshman season playing football for D3 Lycoming College in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Tom, there are thousands of college football players around the country, but as far as we know, you're the only 58-year-old college football player. I was surprised to learn you're not even the oldest guy to ever do this. There's been some guys in the 60s, but you're probably the oldest to ever do it in the trenches as a defensive lineman. All the more impressive.
I'm going to tell you what, it was challenging. I'm not going to lie about that. When I met with the coach initially, he said, "What position are you thinking?" I said, I would love to play tight end. He said, "Well, I already got 3 tight ends on the roster." So I said, "Well, can we try defensive end?" Well, then once practices got going, he moved me into nose tackle, and it was tough.
That's one of the toughest positions out there. Tough. How did you hold up?
Okay, I'll say.
That's fair.
At 220 pounds, not the ideal size for that position. You're oftentimes getting double teamed as well. Mm-hmm. So I had some moments, in camp, I thought I had some broken ribs. I took a really good shot to the ribs. A couple fingers that I'm pretty sure were broken. I just taped them up the last several weeks of the season. I took my lumps. In football terms, I got pancaked more than once, too.
Oh my! How did your coach treat this here? I mean, I believe you're even older than the coach, which is pretty unusual.
I am 4 years older. He was great. He never promised me anything special, no guarantees on playing time. He just said, show up, go to work, and we'll just see how it goes. But I'll tell you, Mark, once a season strings along, guys get worn out and beat up anyway, even the young guys.
Right.
And so it was tough for me, and it was hard finding the day-to-day energy, once you started throwing in studies and tests and reading and meetings and lifting sessions and everything all-inclusive. It was tough for me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that too, because not only are you out there playing D3 football, but you're going back to the classroom at 58, and that's not easy.
I had concerns coming into this physically. Clearly, I did. I had concerns financially, big time, and I had concerns academically. And I think maybe the academic side stressed me out more than any of it. I set a couple goals from the onset. One was I was determined to not miss any class time. No matter what happened, get in the classroom. And number 2 was to make the dean's list. For me, that was a challenge because even in high school, I wasn't the most scholarly type. So I knew this was going to take a lot of work on my end. I didn't quite fully live up to that. Out of my all 4 classes, I missed every class once, but that was due to my invite on the Today Show. So I had to drive to New York City. So nearly a perfect attendance, but I did do the dean's list. I ended up with a 3.75 GPA. I was happy about that, not just for myself, but honestly, once this story started to gain momentum and I picked up a following, I thought that would be a great message to put out there.
Did you expect all of this attention, Today Show appearances, and I know you got at least one endorsement out of this? It's not the average deal for a D3 football player.
Never expected this, honestly. Well beyond what I could have even envisioned. The deal with Aspercream was history making. It's been great, and actually got my own trading card as well. But honestly, Mark, the best part about all this is just the number of people worldwide, literally worldwide, that have reached out to me and just said what an inspiration it has been for them to see this journey, and it has inspired them to make changes in their lives and attempt things that they never had the courage to do before. And that makes me happy, because that resonates with me. I've wanted to do different things in the past, and you get right to the threshold of the door and you're afraid to take that step through. I'm very pleased about that it resonates with people. people in that way.
Mm-hmm. And I know from reading your story that a late football dream isn't the only challenge that you've had to tackle in life. You had some earlier experiences that were kind of tough too, right?
Yeah, I grew up in a sports family. I always dreamed that, I'm going to go to college, and I thought I would play football and college basketball growing up. I got into my teens, about 15 years old, and did some things that maybe teenagers do or try, and it redirected where I thought I might go, and never went to college until now. So they were challenges, and even into my 20s and 30s. So I thought, you know what? I'm going for it. So I'm a 58-year-old true freshman.
For sure. Is that life experience something you've been able to pass along to your much younger teammates? How have they handled this?
I didn't know what to expect or how I would be treated walking into this. And there was some skepticism, and I totally get it. I mean, this is incredibly uncommon. So I kind of expected it. I had a teammate ask Tom, why do you want to do this? And can you even do it? I tried to assure him that I had trained extremely hard for this, and I did. I came into it in phenomenal shape. And I said, look, as I see it, the only difference between you and I is the birth certificate. You're coming in here to compete, and I'm coming in here to compete. And as we got into this, we had to do some lifting tests, and we had to do conditioning tests. And I fared quite well in both. So I earned my teammates' respect rather quickly. As the season has gone along, I was very intentional. I wanted to impact these guys in a way that they would remember forever. And it worked out that way. Our relationship just grew and grew and grew. And there's some guys in that locker room that honestly adore me. They do. And the feeling's mutual. It's been a great life lesson for me, too. It's been wonderful.
You going to keep doing this?
I would like to, but not at nose tackle. I can tell you that right now.
Well, you said this, all the tight ends were seniors, so maybe you get a shot at that next time around.
Actually would like to compete for that position. I'm not naive enough to think that I'll be a starting player, 40 snaps a game. I just want to contribute, and I enjoy it. As I got deeper into this, I thought I might not make much of an impact on the field, but I can surely make an impact in the weight room, in the locker room, in the classroom, and off the field. And again, I was very intentional about trying to do that with the guys.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got to ask before I forget, how did a guy from Williamsport, PA wind up as a lifelong Raiders fan?
I'll tell you, my father was a Redskins fan, an older brother that loved the Steelers, one that loved the Packers. And I don't know, man. I just loved that the Raiders were on TV back in the 70s, and I'm left-handed. Ken Stabler was left-handed. I'm not quite sure if that was the connection, but I just loved them from little on up and still do to this day.
And you've already touched on this, but let's just kind of wrap up then. What do you hope folks watching your inspiring story unfold take away from it?
The takeaway for people, I hope, is, listen, what is there? Close to 8 billion people in this world, give or take?
Give or take.
And I know there are people out there that have talent, or they have an ambition or a goal to do something or try something. And I think people have this fear of failure, a fear of maybe they're going to be made fun of, maybe a fear of not being good enough. And you'll never know unless you try and overcome that fear and self-doubt. I had self-doubt. I just want to encourage people to don't hold yourself back. If you have a dream or a goal or an ambition, go for it. If you're not good enough, then you're not good enough, but you won't know unless you give it a shot. And go write the script. Don't hold yourself back. Don't let somebody else's voice be louder than yours. Just have that conviction and go for it.
That's Tom Cillo, who inspired a lot of late bloomers by playing his first season of college football at 58 years old. Please join us again next time as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.